So in 2022, I'd been essentially trying to run two businesses at the same time. I was doing advisory work and coaching work. And after a while, I started to kind of feel like I was riding two horses that were starting to go in separate directions. And the problem was I couldn't keep them separate in my mind. The lines between those different services were blurring together. And I wasn't really clear which one I was in. And I kept kind of mentally switching modes. But then eventually I realized that, hey, my advisory business is really what's taking off here, and I should focus on that. And once I was able to see that, then I was able to cut off the other service that wasn't really helping me, and I got a lot more clarity and focus, and was able to. I felt like I created a lot more bandwidth for my time and my energy and my focus. And what this shows to me is that and what I've seen from others is that most people think that feeling stuck, it means something's wrong with them, that you're not motivated enough or not disciplined enough or not productive enough. But what's really draining your energy is the unmade decisions that are just hanging out there as open loops. Things like deciding when to quit your job so you can go full time into that dream job that you've been kind of flirting with, or setting your prices, picking your niche for your business, designing your website, things of that nature. Each one of those unmade decisions stays open, and it's like you're probably like your Chrome browser right now, where you got 5 to 10 tabs open, and there's little dotted circles that are going around there. They're quietly just taking up mental bandwidth, running in the background there, and those open loops there just pile up and just make you feel stuck. So. Um, and going back to my case, I saw what was, I was able to see what was driving the revenue, which was the advisory business, not the coaching business. And I saw what was driving appointments, which was the key to growing my business, which was the paid leads that I was getting at the time and the email marketing that I was doing, sending out a weekly email to my prospects every Friday. So once I saw that, I made those two activities a priority. And what happened later, the following years, my revenue doubled, and because I was able to focus in on the key drivers. Now, as my toddler daughter likes to say, how did I do that? And this is where journaling comes into play. This is what really helped me. And this time of year in December and January, I'm really in a reflective mood, and I'm going through my journal guide where I'm looking back over the year. And what's different about this guide is that it doesn't just start with goals and tell you, hey, here, what are your goals for next year? What are your New Year's resolutions going to be? It starts with reflection, because it's change, or experience alone doesn't create change. It's your reflection on that experience that creates the change. And so you need to take the time to really stop and reflect and take stock of the milestones, of the things that went well, the things that didn't go well, the recurring problems, the bottlenecks, all those things. A lot happens in a year, and we tend to underestimate how much can happen in a year. And so you'll find yourself surprised by at least a few things when you go back over the year and you record those milestones that you've reached. So down on the guide, you'll see the link to that journaling guide. But I think that once one of the questions in particular has you do an energy audit, where you look at, you use the 80-20 rule to look at what you're doing and what's working and what's the 20% of the things that's driving that. And then on the flip side, look at the 80-20 rule with respect to what isn't working, where you're getting frustrated, where you have failure, where you'd like to see, improvement. And what are the 20% of things that you're doing that are driving those negative outcomes? And once I keyed in on it, it really helped me to focus in on the right things and take the right actions and keep doing that until I saw some traction. So go ahead, take a look at the description below, get that link and download that guide for yourself, because for 2026, there are decisions that you're facing right now that you haven't made and you feel stuck. Going through that reflection is going to help you get clarity and courage, and make a decision, at least just for now, to get started. And then later on, you can adjust as you get more data, as you get more progress. So go ahead and check that out, and let me know in the comments, what decision are you facing that you'd like to get some more clarity and courage around?